I'm Todd Tuckey. For the past 30 years, my crew and I have been working to keep the American arcade alive. We go through hell and back to find and restore your favorite quarter munchers so nostalgic gamers have another chance at the high score.
We're heading to Sicklerville, New Jersey. We were dropping off the pac-man machine, picking up a Spiders, a Final Fight, and a Seawolf for an overhaul.
Going to the customer's house, you don't know what you're going to find.
How you doing? Hey, we're here to exchange for a couple of arcade games.
Gene, in fact, had an arcade back in the video game boom in the early 80s.
It was a standalone building in a strip mall in Eagleville. Well, the irony is, 2 years later when we sold it, I was back on active duty. I got a call from the U.S. Attorney and said, "Do you know Dr. Larry Levin?" I said, "No, the name doesn't ring a bell." He said, "Well, you sold him a game room." I said, "Well, we sold the dentist the game room." You're right. Dr. Larry Levin was the cocaine king. I think he's still in a hoose down.
Gene, we'll see you again in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just in time for your party.
Sounds good to me. Have a good weekend.
Thanks. I've sent Dan out to an auction searching for some games.
Walking through the auction, and then I saw two Miss Pac-Mans there, and I thought we could make a lot of money off of them. Right off the bat, those are always sure buy. Unfortunately, at the auctions, customer base is there too, not just dealers, and they'll drive the prices up.
Everybody's bidding, everybody's in a frenzy.
4.5, 500, 5.5.
We couldn't get them for a decent price, so we just had to let them pass.
You don't want to get sucked into the excitement and overbid on something.
It would have been nice to get them, but it's just something that we can't afford to pay for.
Let's look inside this toilet. That soon will be a treasure. Seawolf's gonna need a lot of work. Gene has a big party coming, and I promised we'd get him to him before his party. Yes, we are under pressure. Yes, it will take us some time, and yes, there is a chance we won't get it done. But we're going to work our hardest. Everybody's going to be working on these at one point. We got a lot of work on this machine. This is a 20-hour project. You can start now. I talked to Dan earlier, and he told me there was a Super Chex hockey there.
I opened it up for the inspection before the auction. It did have a circuit board in it. Was not playing, but it did light up, so we can repair that here. We have the means and the manpower and the knowledge. At the end of the auction, when everything was done, I walked outside, get away, get some air, and give Todd a call. Hey Todd, we made out pretty good.
He said, "Todd, I got some great deals."
Let him know right away about the Super Check. I guess how much we got the Super Checks for? 120 bucks. He couldn't have been happier.
There's a wise old saying, you make your money when you buy. And that's just what Dan did.
And that's a win all day. We'll sell that for $2,000.
So what we're going to do is, instead of fussing with this old thing, is just use a brand new one. So we're going to cut each wire off and then solder it together. And we'll have a brand new connector when we're done. And I'm going to resolder all these pins here. This is where the socket actually connects to the connector here. So we're going to reheat each one to make sure it has a good connection.
Sometimes you get an auction piece that you end up dropping off the roof.
All that.
That's the way the cabinet crashes. Seawolf is done. And Gene has been waiting a little longer than we thought, but he's getting this baby tonight.
Oh, it's 100% better. I mean, it's completely, not only does it work, obviously, but they've done a great job in restoring it.
Seawolf has been an adventure for us. Bringing back a game this old back to life was tough.
Yeah, the sides were splitting because of just the age, so the artwork was kind of coming apart.
Match 30-year-old colors that have been faded and things like that are a bit more difficult.
Oh, Steve painted it. It made it look really good again.
It is nice to work on equipment that's built so well. The periscope solid metal, it's just a nice piece of equipment. And now we have it in a home where the customer will appreciate it.
Seeing the end product, seeing it come in looking like crap, and then seeing it go out and the customer's actually happy with what we did. I think that's where I get the most satisfaction, just being able to see it go.